So we're going to do, today we're going to do, this is basically our not our joint mobility, our mobility class that we normally do, and we're going to kind of break it down with a little bit more instruction today. So we have a video resource. So really, if you can't make it to the typical class that we do for mobility, then you'll have this as a resource that you can do on your own. And so we'll get started with that. So we're going to start, the first part we're going to do, I just refer to as joint mobility, right? So the idea being is that we're trying to use it for two purposes. So one is we're trying to work on articulating the joints throughout the body to create lubrication, to create movement, and so forth. And then we're also using it as an assessment, okay? So we're using it as assessment of each joint within the body. So to give you feedback on what you need to work on. So sometimes, we're moving the whole body at one time. We may not realize we have restrictions in certain areas. So when we break it down joint by joint, then sometimes we can uncover some issues that we might have, and then we can work on that specifically, either through the joint mobility drills themselves or through more specific work, which we'll do as the second portion of this class. Okay. So we're going to start. We've got a PVC pipe. If you're at home, you can use. It's just for stability, right? So you can use a stick or anything like that, a chair, whatever. But to start with, we're going to lay it to the side, okay? And we're just going to work the neck. So we're going to start kind of from the head down. So and there's a couple different ways to do this. So I'll kind of go through a few reps of each. So getting back to the idea of using it as an assessment tool, I want to keep enough tension in the rest of my body so I'm isolating the joint. So let's just use the neck as an example. And this will apply. We won't go through this whole process with everything, but just explain it with the neck. So if I want to see how much rotation I have side to side, okay, I need to keep my core engaged a little bit, okay, and almost like I'm bracing for a deadlift. Not maximum 100%, but just enough to stabilize myself. So if I look over my shoulder, okay, I'm only moving my neck side to side, okay? If I allow my rest of my body to move, okay, then I'm not really addressing that one area. So you have to have a little bit of tension in the rest of your body, okay? And then we'll just go side to side to start. So as we go to the side, okay, we're kind of looking over the shoulder, all right? And we're not going to cause any kind, we don't ever have pain. We're going to kind of challenge that range of motion wherever it is. And as you get to the end range, if you use your breath as an exhale, so if I'm going to the side here, exhale, you may uncover a little more range. And then the opposite side, just back and forth.